Have a big laugh and a smile.
Okay.
Why we are upset on one day and the other day everything is fine. Why we get into anxiety on one day with the same event and remain calm with the same event on the other day. Why you get upset with the jack one day and on the other day you are the same, you are not influenced. You maintain your calm. Does it not happen? It happens in our life.
That's right. That's why people get drunk.
So pay attention. In the entire journey we had together, your mind paid too much attention to being upset, being anxious, being little, the mind was reactive, and that even after doing lot of meditation practices, there was definitely a change. But we have to remove all the contents of the mind. Question comes, that is the question. When I do the practice, I'm relaxed, but the new situation comes outside, I get upset, I get anxious, I get reactive. Why it happens? Am I right? Am I explaining the same? Keep a smile on the face. Am I explaining? Am I explaining the condition in the state? And then we will find the answer.
Okay.
Now see. We have to understand our mind and its working with reference to the principles of Eastern wisdom. And once we clearly understand, we know what the practice contains and how to enter into that practice. Once you are clear about it, I can tell you, nobody can put you in any kind of a stress at any point of time.
Okay.
Now see, I normally start with the simple principles, and the mind does not contemplate on it. When it does not contemplate, then it says, what should I do? Yeah, meditation helps me to relax, but again the anxiety comes. The doctor says this anxiety cannot be treated at all. Cannot be treated at all. So we are understanding, we want to answer, we get upset on the one event on one day and we are unaffected on the same event the other day. We are exploring and finding the answer of this question. So, in order to explore this question, it is the mind that gets upset, it is the mind that is reacting, it is the mind that is anxious, it is the mind. From where this anxiety, stress comes? It is coming from the past. So, what is that past? We had accumulated those impressions in the past. It is known in Eastern wisdom as a reservoir of karma, reservoir of memory bank, reservoir of our habits. So that habitual personality and its impression enters into the mind, even if the mind is totally calm, peace. And I know this computer screen is not causing any stress. Any browser is not causing me any stress. Does the browser can cause me any stress at any point of time? No. So it is the mind, the impressions that is accumulated. Now, how to understand that? How to go a little deeper and have a clarity? You will be free after listening this talk and doing the practice from today. If your mind and intellect has a clear understanding of what I'm talking, and there will be a total freedom. Now see, there are 3 levels of knowledge. First level of knowledge, I'm looking at you through my sense organ, I'm listening you through from the sense organ. Same thing, all 5 sense organs that are instrument of knowledge perceives the world outside. That is the material perception, outermost level. Outermost level. Second level is the mind. The mind also gives us the knowledge through the thought, feeling, thinking, thought, feeling, sensation, memory. It is giving me. It is known as the subtle perception or the subtle knowledge. Why it is known as the subtle knowledge? Because thoughts are not perceived, thoughts are known, felt. You see that? When I say physical body of Anne, it's a physical knowledge. Mental knowledge, Anne is there. Anne is a wonderful woman. So this is a thought, it's a mental knowledge. Clear? 2 levels of perception. Right? Now the third level of perception, deeper than this is unconscious. This is the ignorance part. This is the ignorant mind, where all the current impressions of the current life are accumulated, and according to the Eastern wisdom, the impressions of the previous life, inherited genetic tendencies are accumulated and stored there. Clear?
Yeah.
And behind that, what I say, the real self is there, our true nature, which is full of peace and happiness, love and wisdom. Now see, here it is a reservoir of all the accumulated impression. It is hiding the self. It is hiding the self because there's a lot of impressions are there. This impression does what it does. It hides the self, and then it creates a trigger in the mind. I just saw how to open the browser. You see that? That is a trigger. That is a trigger coming from the third level, the unconsciousness. All the impressions are there. So it cannot be known. Its effect is known. Pay attention. This an ignorance, it is known as avidya, it is known as causal body. It cannot be known by the mind. If it is known by the mind and the intellect, you'll be free just by talking to me. When I know the snake is there, I will not go there. So intellect and the mind cannot know this third level of causal body and ignorance body. But its effect is known. Understand? Your effect is known. So when you say, no, I'm in anxiety, how to open it? What to do? It is an effect. It is an effect.
Okay.
That is how I see it.
Yeah.
Now what happens? You allow the effect to multiply.
Yeah.
And when you allow the impact of that third causal body in the mind to multiply, then your mind says, okay, I do practice, Acharya is good, I feel relaxed, but I cannot get rid of the total anxiousness and I get upset, I cannot get. Who says this? Who says this? It is the mind says because of the impact, the effect of this causal body on the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how can you prove it? Okay. That is why I'm answering why we get upset on the same event on one day, why we are not upset on the same event the other day. When we are not upset, that impact is not there. Mm-hmm. That triggering effect is not there. So, you are okay. Second example, let me give you another example. We say it's a bad morning. Is morning bad? Morning is morning. It's neither good nor bad. So why the bad morning is there? Because the triggering impact in the mind of the causal body is there. So you wake up in the morning, you had thoughts coming from there, it influences your mind. Morning is as it is. If it is bad morning, it means on that given day, the sun sets in the morning. That is why it is a bad morning. Does it happen?
Okay.
The sun never sets in the morning? Okay, now the third point, third example. Can you plan to be angry just now? Can you plan to be anxious just now? No. When you are planning, you are conscious, the mind is clear, and then you plan. Oh, I will plan to be angry over you tomorrow at 10 a.m. And the 10 a.m. comes, you cannot be angry. No, I'm not saying, I don't know anything. And I know the teachings of these masters again and again, I'm repeating. Again and again. Now the magic principle is once we have a clear understanding, it is related. Our master says 90% of this mind is naturally in peace, in happiness, in love, and in wisdom. Only the 10%, it is influenced by this ignorant body, the reservoir of the past impression that hides the natural state of the mind and that causes the anxiety, reaction, stress, and the suffering.
Yeah.
That is why you heard me. What I say, move from ignorance to wisdom is mindfulness and meditation. What is that ignorant? Ignorant body cannot be known by the body, by the mind and the intellect, but its effect is known in the mind, experienced in the mind, and then we say, I am stressed.
Yeah.
I am anxious. The moment I experience and I speak about I'm anxious, and then what happens? The effect is known from, it has come from the causal body. Causal body is the cause, we say. It is ignorance, unending, beginningless. So when I say I am anxious, the 90% of the natural state of the mind has already hidden. So the mind creates another thought what to do, and then it tries. So by creating another, it creates a ripple of impressions, and that goes into the same ignorance body. The next time the triggering effect again comes, we are not at all aware of the 90% of the natural state of the mind that is full of peace and happiness, love and wisdom. So we are in meditation. The first step is, first we are regaining that natural state of the mind. We experience calmness and peace. And once we return from meditation, the mind says, what about my anxiety? And it returns again. Why not about peace and happiness? Now see, it is this principle is clouded by the wrong notion coming from the knowledge from other parts. No, it is the chemical in the brain. Today in the morning, one beautiful woman like you told me, no, the neuroscience says there is a chemical in the brain that causes the stress and anxiety. If we change, so why don't you change the chemical? We have all the equipments. We can give those chemicals. So the moment you have anxiety, let me give you an intravenous chemical and your anxiety should go. Why it is not going?
Yeah.
So we only have the information. Then I told her another part. There is a neurotransmitter. It is known as chemical. So it jumps from one neuron to the other in the brain. How the bioscientist explains, the thought occurs in the mind. When the neurotransmitter, that is chemical, jumps from one neuron to the other.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked her, she is also a scientist, I asked her, can you tell me, when I say I am happy, this is a thought, you mean to say a chemical jumped from one neuron to the other when I said I am happy? What is the composition of that chemical? When I said I am sad, which chemical jumped from the one neuron to the other? Tell me. Then I'll follow you. She said it is the same chemical. I said it means there is something deeper than that. And that deeper is the ignorance in the causal body. Its impact is felt in the mind and we lose awareness. We fall, frustrate, enter into anxiety. Now I see the calmness on your face. I like it.
Okay.
Now question comes, another question comes, that is what is the Eastern wisdom. It says move from ignorance to wisdom, move from false nature to the true nature. And the third principle is more beautiful. It says freedom from that mind which is 10%, which receives the impact, and regaining 90% of the mind. Freedom from the mind, not freedom
Yeah.
For the mind is required. And for which what needs to be done? We have to purify the mind. We have to learn the principles. After learning the principles, we have to apply in daily life.
Yeah.
The mind should not go back to the same old habit. Mind should not go to the same old habit. The moment the mind says, I'm stressed, just it happened now. Hold on. 90% of my mind is calm. This is the past impression. Tell yourself mentally and see what happens. But I lose awareness, and then the 10% of the mind constantly chases me. As long as we are seeking freedom for the mind, for that mind of 10%, what will happen? Anxiety, how many years? 10 years. Chronic anxiety. So you go to the experts and you read the literature, 10%. Are you have a chronic anxiety? Yes. Are you in anxiety now? No. So how come it is chronic? Chronic means 24 hours. You give a space. You give a little space to your mind. We don't want to give the space, and that is what the wrong notion is. And so, to summarize this, we need purification of the mind and a desire to know the self. I told you, self is here, cause avidya is here. It is hiding. Hiding. Hiding means what? I have a black curtain, green curtain. You see that? Behind that. And I cannot see the sun. But the sun is there. The peace is there. The happiness is there. But I don't see it. It is because of the ignorant body. We have to get rid of this ignorant body by systematic principles, only for principles. I have to learn the principle. I have to reflect during the day so that 24-hour practice continues. Oh, I'm stressed. Oh, this is past impression. Let me take stock. You become aware. And the moment you become aware, that anxiety cannot manifest into the body and cannot be expressed through the thought and feeling. And you are already there. But we miss it. Why we miss it? Because we feel that something outside is causing the stress to me. So in that moment of stress and anxiety and reaction, you forget yourself and you say, this computer, this screen, this as browser, this Chrome is causing me the problem. I'm not able to log in. This login is the problem. The last point, 8 factors. Object outside. I get attached to it. Second factor. So with that attachment, I want a result. The result doesn't come. So there is a desire to get the result. Third factor. So I don't get the result. The confusion. All coming from the causal body. Confusion. Loss of memory. I forget my 90% of the calm mind. I was calm just now. I opened the computer and I became anxious. Come on. Is the computer live? Is the computer intentionally causing me the stress? No. Is the house giving me the stress? No. No. So you see that object, attachment, second, desire leads to confusion. Confusion, the loss of memory, 5. Sixth is loss of intelligence. Once you have loss of intelligence, you forget your nature. I was calm just now, and I'm fully aware any object from outside cannot give me any kind of a stress. They are dead matter. So because I forget, seventh factor is the loss of intelligence is the sixth, and the seventh is the delusion. What is delusion? I see peace where there is no peace. I see stress where there is no stress. I become upset where there is no question of being upset. Same Jack, one day upset, same Jack, other day love. Tell me if it is not true.
Oh, sorry. Battery.
These 8 factors are the impact. These 8 factors are understood and known in the mind, which is an impact coming from the causal body, and that is the source of the suffering.
I'm sorry. Excuse me, my battery is running low.
Running low, so you can just
It's not plugged in.
yeah, you can just connect it. Did you connect?
Connected? What did I do?
You
connect. It's your battery is low. You might want to plug in your PC.
Yeah, plug into your PC.
But it's plugged in. Wait a sec. What's happening?
You remove the adapter and connect it again.
Oh.
Be in peace. Adapter and the connector should not give you the stress.
Is that the connector?
Connector is not the cause of the stress.
No. Let's see. So, that's strange. I never had that before. Okay. I hope it's working now.
So I think I'm leaving that one part. Please listen to it. After listening, write to it what I told you. Then reflect on it. And after reflecting, do the practice. And I want every week. You need not to pay me, but as long as you are every week you listen to me, maybe your mind may change. So I'll be little tough. Even then you are older to me, I'll be tough on your mind, not on you.
Okay.
So that we will continue our journey. So let us start let us start our practice. So practice with wisdom, with understanding will bring the change.
Okay. Yes.
So let us start our journey.
Okay. How lie down?
Yes, close your eyes. You be comfortable. Comfortable simply means first make the position of the body clear. Second, look at the head and the neck. Feel the sensation being comfortable and steadiness. Check it again. Move the mind. Move the mind on the shoulder joints, feel the sensation and being comfortable. Move the mind on the neck joint and feel the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Move the mind on the entire body. Feel the sensation, being comfortable and steady. Today we are just going as a raw meditation, and gradually we will move deeper from today, so that within few weeks, provided we should both work together. So, the entire body is sensation, relaxation, sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. So what is the point of the wisdom here? Now you see, you are aware. If any other thought is entering into the mind, that comes from the 10%, and then the mind gets carried away by it. No, that is what is being carefree is. But we forget, and when you forget, then you miss, and when you miss, then the mind says, okay, I do the practice. That gives me but, and then there is a big but. Don't allow this big but. Simply become aware of the thought, feeling, and the sensations at this moment. And at this moment, if any thought comes, just become aware. Oh, it's coming from there. It is not me. And once you realize that, you will see what happens. The thoughts are coming and going. And now we will go for purification of the mind. So today we are going as a simple practice of which you are aware, but you have to do it consciously. What it means, focus deep inside the forehead and start breathing long in the hissing breath. Long in the hissing breath, both from the belly and the chest. Long in the hissing breath. The breath goes in and comes out from the belly and the chest. Continue. Long in the hissing breath, we will also learn gradually continue. long hissing breath. So we need to just stop this breath and feel normal breath. Look at the head and the neck. We will go deeply. How to do that deep, long and the fast breathing to purify the mind and to experience the state in our next week's session. So look at the head and the neck. Now see the mind naturally looking at the head and the neck. It has to do nothing. The natural state of the mind is just being aware, feeling and experience. That is what the sensation, relaxation and stillness is. We are going to work on that. So right arm feeling the sensation, relaxation and stillness. Now what happens, I have reasons to believe that the practice becomes habitual. And the moment it becomes habitual, it can easily be dictated by the past impression and its impact on the mind. That is what is happening. And look at the left arm, feel the sensation, relaxation and stillness. Look at the chest and the belly, sensation, relaxation and stillness. Look at the left leg, experience the sensation, relaxation and stillness. The entire body will go little deeper into that. So we'll understand the principle, we'll apply the principles in experiencing consciously the state of sensation, relaxation and stillness. 2 points. Now coming the third point, check again. Start breathing deep, silent and slow. There should be no trace of reaction and anxiety while breathing deep, silent and slow. Why I said so? Your breath will be like driving your car in the midst of the traffic and the red light. You are not at all concerned what other people are doing, other vehicles are moving. You know how to drive safely. I'm just giving a simile to make you understand that. So just continue. Deep, silent and slow breathing. Why I gave that simile? Well, you are breathing and some thought and feeling comes, your breath rate becomes slow, so it changes. It should remain deep and deeper. Why it changes? Because of that 10% of the mind that we will cover in following sessions. And once it works, then what happens? Your mind is distracted. Then you will return and mind will say, no, I feel little experience, but there were a lot of problems. Well, you don't have a problem for driving car. You don't have a problem of cooking in the kitchen. See that? I'm just comparing that with the deep, silent and slow breath. You don't have an issue with walking gently. This deep, silent, slow breath is walking gently. We'll go deeper into that. Now as you inhale, say Shanto, sing Shantoham, Shantoham, Shantoham. On that deep, silent and slow breath. Inhalation, you drop 3 Shantoham, and 3 Shantoham you drop on exhalation. And see what happens. See what happens. Now this step is, we will understand deeply, this step is bypassing that ignorant body that creates an impact in the mind, and then we experience, oh, here is a problem. 3 Shantoham with every breath going in, and 3 Shantoham with every breath going out. Sleep is one challenge, but in the beginning it is good. And from the sleep we maintain awareness, we realize those impressions are resurfacing. But because with the deep silence, slow breathing, with the 3 mantra, now drop to 2 mantra, make the mind as if mind is sinking, mind is singing Shantoham, Shantoham. So what happens? On one hand, it prevents the sleep, and your mind bypasses those impressions to give you a new experience. It is a journey, my friend. The journey has to be undertaken with a preparation. And now drop to 1 Shantoham, long Shantoham, as long the breath is. 1 Shantoham with inhalation, the other Shantoham with exhalation. It's okay, we have intermittent sleep. It gives us a relaxation, but we have to bypass, even we have to transcend the sleep to clear, to find our true nature. That we are going to do it in the next. Do nothing, remain as you are. Shanti. Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind to the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside, know your experiences, bring the hands down, and let us share our experiences now.
Okay.
How are you?
I feel very good.
And you had a sleep?
I didn't fall asleep.
Didn't fall asleep?
Why?
Breath was very deep.
Yeah, but I didn't fall asleep.
That's
I
really
was
good.
Snoring.
Snoring, it's okay.
I don't know, the picture is messed up.
It's okay, just click
I
that.
cannot see you.
Click that and picture will come. So we are going to follow again the practice. Next week we will explore deeply. We will focus on these principles